Down Under, the show that takes a British family and catapults them 10,000 miles across the world in search of a better life. Last year, we followed the Bristows from Hertfordshire. Jamie's a mechanic hoping to make a new life abroad.
I want a better life for my children, really. That's why I'm thinking of moving to Australia.
But his pregnant wife, Deborah, thought a move could be too much to cope with.
He's never left home. It's going to be really tough for him. I don't think he really realises the full extent of what we're doing.
Could Australia live up to their dreams?
This is definitely the house for me.
Yes! I knew you'd love it.
How would the children cope with being so far from home?
The children keep asking when they're going back home. You know, obviously I want my children to be happy.
And could Deborah leave her old life behind?
Maybe this is just a place that I can just dream of and just have the memories of being here.
It was the biggest decision the Bristows would ever make. So would they choose to stay in the UK or go where they're wanted down under? Last year, we put 20 British families to the ultimate test by giving them the chance to try out life down under. They had just 1 week to find out all that they could about homes, work and lifestyle before voting for their future. But what happened next? We've caught up with some of our original families to see where they are. Mechanic Jamie, his wife Deborah and their 3 children thought Australia could offer them a better life. Though Jamie had worked hard as a mechanic, the family struggled financially. And with another child on the way, they were hoping they could be better off down under.
The main wish I've got for Australia is just a better life for my family, more money, better house.
Jamie desperately wanted to be able to provide his family with everything they needed. He knew finding the right job would be vital for any move.
From what I've heard from nearly everyone I spoke to, my trade is in demand, so it shouldn't be really difficult to get a job, hopefully. But you don't know that till you've got a job there.
But both Jamie and Deborah had concerns about whether they could make a new life down under.
The only problems I expect we might encounter is being British in Australia might not be accepted in the place where we go to, might not be able to get a job, might not make any friends.
I don't think it ever can be easy, but you can only do your best.
Deborah had lived and worked abroad before, but she was still worried about leaving the UK.
Sometimes I'm so worried when I think about going to Australia because I've got so many family and friends. But then I just got to think of a better future for the children. Hopefully all my concerns and worries will be overcome by my children being happy.
And she knew some things just couldn't be replaced.
I will miss my mum and my family and my friends so much. It'll be really sad. That's what I'll miss the most.
She was also worried about leaving behind places with a huge significance for her.
I'm going to really miss the memories of my dad because he died a few years ago. Going to the place where he was buried. You know, all the connections with my dad I'd be really sad to say goodbye to.
Could they really go through with a move to Oz? To help them make up their minds, we set up 3 jobs and lifestyles in South Australia for them to choose from. In the country, the city and by the coast. After road testing one for a week, they had to decide between a future in the UK or in Australia. It was a huge decision, so I invited them all to Australia House in London to tell them more about the 3 options before they made their choice. Bristow family, welcome to Australia House. Did you know this was called Australia House?
Yeah, Mummy told us.
Oh, right. And do you know where you're going very, very soon?
Australia.
Oh, you know it's Australia, but you don't know whereabouts, do you? Shall I tell you? Well, it's a place called Adelaide. You're going to watch? Option 1 was in Gawler, a country town about 25 miles north of Adelaide with a laid-back attitude. Jamie could earn up to £20,000 a year. Prices for a 3-bedroom villa started at £100,000. Greg Heath runs a garage there.
We specialise in transmission building and diff and gearbox rebuilding, and we would love for you to come and work here for us.
So, with lower wages than the UK, but cheaper houses and a better standard of living, would Gawler be the place to try the Aussie life? Option 2 was in South Australia's capital. Living in Adelaide is cheaper than all other Australian state capitals, and a 3-bedroom house with a pool in one of the leafy suburbs costs around £170,000. Peter Stewart runs one of the biggest garages.
We'd love to have you come and join us down here, join our crew. We've got a great crew. We've been around for 60-odd years. We've got a lot to offer you.
With higher than average wages and with house prices well below other cities, it was an ideal place for a cosmopolitan lifestyle and the convenience of the city. Option 3 was in Victor Harbour on South Australia's unique coast, just 50 miles from Adelaide. Property prices were on the up in this popular seaside location. But a 4-bedroom house with a sea view cost around £170,000. Heath Brown had a job on offer.
We've been established here for approximately 5 years. We've got quite a few young fellas working for us. We've got a lot of the latest equipment here as far as working on cars and that go.
Take-home pay was $500 to $600 a week. That's between £200 and £300. So, though the wages were lower, so were the prices of houses. It was a great place if your Aussie dream included sand and surf.
So, which one's it going to be?
It's got to be option number 3.
No, really? You mean the beach? Yeah. Australia, are you ready? I better give you your tickets. There you go. Hey, best of luck with the 24-hour flight.
So, Deborah and Jamie were off to Victor Harbour for their trial week. But would it be the right place to persuade them to make a permanent move? After a whole day flying, the Bristows landed on South Australian soil, painfully aware of how far away it was.
Obviously, to leave my family and friends was going to be really hard if we moved here. Because I was trying to imagine being on the flight if this was for real. It's really sad thinking of all my friends and family back home. But we'll be fine. I've got the kids and Jamie.
For their week in Australia, they rented a villa for $1,400 or £600. It had 3 bedrooms, an open-plan living area and, most importantly, a swimming pool.
Look at that swimming pool. Pretty good view.
I think I could get used to it, definitely. Now we're here, it's probably better than what I could ever have imagined.
The only thing that concerns me is whether my wife will miss her family or not and want to go back.
They'd only just arrived in the country, but already the Bristows had a lot on their minds. Would Australia live up to their dreams? Back in their village near Hitchin, Deborah and Jamie lived in an ex-council-owned property with 3 bedrooms, a kitchen diner and lounge. It was worth £275,000. In Australia, they would want to ditch their mortgage and buy outright. They'd have about £150,000 to spend. With a 4th child on the way, they needed their money to stretch a long way. We found 3 properties to give them a feel for what was possible. But would they be impressed enough to vote for Australian homes over the UK? First up, a rather impressive property. It was on the market for around £250,000. So would need a sizable mortgage to even think about buying it. It had 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and a swimming pool with a separate entertainment room.
Well, it's actually was built in 1900. It was originally a blacksmith's cottage, and there's a church either side, so it was one of the original homes in the area.
Older properties can also contain features not normally associated with Australian houses.
You don't imagine coming to Australia and there being a fire in the room, do you?
But you'll be surprised.
Yeah.
In the winter it does get quite cold.
It certainly ain't cold today.
No, that's for sure, no, quite mild.
The kitchen was impressive.
How big this room is, Pop?
So yeah, this was, the kitchen was updated about 10 years ago.
I love it. It's such a big space, isn't it? I could see myself in here for hours. Just perfect. Love it.
And look what's out through the French windows. A huge garden of about ½ an acre, big even by Adelaide standards.
So no, you've got a very, very deep block, so you've got enough room for a full-size tennis court at the back there. You ready to look into the where the pool area is?
I think the children are.
That's nice, isn't it?
Wow, look at this.
Don't go near the edge.
Can you see yourself
I
here,
think
Jamie?
it's brilliant, definitely.
Do you want it?
Yeah.
It was on the market at $600,000, around £250,000.
Our house in the UK is worth more than this house, and you could fit it into this tiny block here.
What you get for your money is quite incredible.
It's fabulous, it really is.
But it wasn't right. This property was out in the country and would mean a long commute for Jamie, and they'd need a mortgage to afford it. So how about property number 2?
G'day, girls.
This 4-bedroom house was 3 years old and boasted a fantastic view. It had an open-plan living space and an Aussie rumpus room where the kids could let off steam. It was on the market for $437,000, which translated as only £182,000.
Oh, look at that. And you wanted a sea view, Jamie?
And that's the main reason that they've built the home, is to take advantage of that view.
It's lovely, isn't
What
it?
do you think?
I think it's brilliant. It's just what I'm looking for.
So far.
Big open plan building. A brilliant view.
We come to Australia for the beach and look at it right there on our doorstep.
But would the other elements of the house fit the bill for the Bristows?
We'll come through. This is the master bedroom. This is where Mummy and Daddy will be sleeping.
Yeah, look at us. We could fit all our beds in here and all sleep in one room. Would that be funny? Or we could put the children in that room. The walk-in wardrobe is the same size as Shane's bedroom at home.
Do you live in a cupboard, Shane?
No.
You don't?
Outside space was also crucial for the Bristows. They desperately wanted a pool, but this property didn't even have a proper garden.
Would there be the option to buy that land next door? Because the idea would be to build a swimming pool there. Do you think there could be the option for that?
You could. The dilemma may be that there's an awful lot of rock in this location.
Right.
And putting a pool on the south coast is not as common as you would think. I know it's a very UK thing. Swimming pools and Australia seem to go hand in hand. Here, most people swim in the ocean.
They couldn't afford to buy the next door plot, and without space outside for the children, they needed to keep looking.
Whoa, look at this. This is Mummy's palace, isn't it?
Property number 3 was built on 2 stories and also had 4 bedrooms. They could be mortgage-free with this house. It was on the market for the equivalent of £170,000. But would it be what they were looking for?
Step inside and be surprised.
It's beautiful.
Yes?
It's just what I thought it would be, everything I could imagine. It's gorgeous.
Yes.
That's my first reaction.
Well, we've only just begun. There is
No,
more
let's see more. Come on,
that you
Peter.
are yet to discover.
Come on then, let's go upstairs. Come on.
Okay.
Nice stairs.
Oh, Jamie, this is your room.
Wow. We're definitely having this house. It's got its own bar.
I knew I'd win you.
Space-wise, there was nothing to compare it with their Hertfordshire home.
Now we go through to the most amazing bathroom.
Look at this bathroom.
Hey, that ball.
Who's in the bath?
We could all fit in there.
That is like a swimming pool.
Look at that.
Oh, look.
What do you think of the view?
It's amazing. The top floor's done it for me. This is definitely the house for me.
Yes, I knew you'd love it.
And the back garden sealed the deal.
What's that here?
Yes, this is the final surprise. It's not really a swimming pool, but it's the next best thing.
Yeah, well, with the beach just down the road.
We've got the world's biggest swimming pool just over the other side of that hill.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing me to this lovely house.
My pleasure.
It's gorgeous.
They saw 3 very different properties, and it looked like Deborah found the house of her dreams. So which way would they vote?
What do we think of properties in England or Australia? What's it going to be? England or Australia?
So a year on, where are the Bristows? Australia. And 5 have become 6, with baby Sonny the new addition to the family. The Bristows have been in Victor Harbor, South Australia for just under a month. It's the same place they trialled for a week last year. To settle in, they've already rented a typically Aussie open-plan one-set or bungalow. It's a beautiful 3-bedroom house and came fully furnished, so they didn't have to spend money straight away.
It's $245 a week, which In UK money, it's about £100 a week, but you'll see what value for money we've got if you follow us.
What a bargain! It has a huge kitchen diner with a separate TV room for the kids.
And this is where we hide our Shanes.
But do they miss their old home?
No, I don't miss my old house in Burton. I miss the friends and our neighbours there, but not the house. Because when we had all our furniture in there, it was a lovely home, but as soon as we took the furniture out, it was just a house at the end of it. This is our back garden, which I don't think you'd get many gardens like this back in the UK. The kids can come out and play, they can make sandcastles all day long if they wanted to. I just think we are just so lucky to have this opportunity. You know, I know some families do it and hate it, but we're doing it and we love it so far, so, you know, how can you regret that?
The Bristows were keen to keep a lookout for a house in their price range, and their old friend Peter O'Brien, who they met last year, has come up trumps with a beautiful 2-storey beach house further down the Fleurieu Peninsula.
This is a house that I thought you might like to have a look at, so would you like to come on through and see what you think?
Yes, please.
Wow!
Big in here, isn't it?
It is a large house, yes. It has a number of bedrooms, 3 downstairs and there's 1 upstairs, separate bathroom and laundry facilities.
Peter's been on hand with some sound advice for the new residents.
When we first came out here, I spoke to Peter and we felt as though we had to buy somewhere straight away, you know, the pressure of getting somewhere. But Peter grounded us by saying, you know, you have done such a massive thing by coming out from the UK. You don't need the pressure of buying a house instantly on top of all that. And that suddenly made me feel so much more relaxed, thinking, hey, we don't need to buy a house this quick. So we're not going to be rushed into anything because we've got our rental and now we can take our time in looking.
Goolwa Beach is a terrific place for you to be able to bring your young family. It's a little bit closer here to a better quality of beach than what you would have experienced in Victor Harbour. And so from a surfing point of view and a water sports point of view, chance for the kids to learn how to swim and all of that kind of thing would be absolutely terrific for you. And lots of young families in and around you.
It's pretty big down here.
And now we come to the upper storey living area. Prepare to be amazed.
Wow. Wow, you didn't expect this to be here, did you?
Seen the balcony, Deborah?
How's that for a view?
Wow, look at that.
And that view will never go away. You'll always have it.
This house is on the market at $399,000, around £160,000. Great value, but it's not all about money.
I thought there was a 60% chance that they would move, but it's a big decision when you've got a young family to leave behind relatives, grandparents and brothers and sisters, and to bring a young family so far away.
However, there's more to show them outside, and he's hoping to persuade them to stay.
Here's your shedding, Jamie. What do you think?
Every man loves a shed, but this one takes the biscuit. It's given petrolhead Jamie ideas about starting his own business.
Yeah, so would you have to get permission from the local authorities to run a garage or something?
Home industry, to some extent, would probably be allowable, but you would need to check with the council to make sure that your business complied with the local guidelines as to what's acceptable.
All in all, they've been impressed, but buying a house is a huge commitment. Is it one they're ready for?
I love this house, but I'm not getting vibes that it's my dream house. What we'll do, we'll go home and have a think about it, have a look around the area, and obviously we'll get back in touch with you.
So would you like me to prepare a contract, or...?
Is that what you do here? It's a bit pushy.
I want you to sign right now. Come on.
Not this time, Peter. I'm not sure they're fully convinced. Like the Bristows, most Brits who move down under expect a swimming pool. Even if the house you buy in Oz doesn't have a pool, you can choose a design and type that suits you. Pool installer Anthony Polkinghorn takes us through the options.
There's really 3 types of pools. There's your composite pools, and they probably start around the $15,000 to $20,000. very similar price to the fiberglass pools, and then going up to the concrete pools, which are anywhere from 30,000 onwards.
To have the luxury of a pool, it would cost you upwards of £5,500. But you also need to budget for maintenance. To keep your pool clean and bug-free, it can cost only a few pounds a week for the chemicals or £30 a month for someone to do it for you. And there are plenty of gadgets to do the work.
There's a few things that can help you maintain your pool. There's automatic cleaners, there's saltwater chlorinators, and they definitely make maintaining a pool a lot easier.
For the Aussie winter, there's always a heat pump to take the chill off your morning swim, so there's no excuse for not taking the financial plunge.
A lot of people are incorporating in water features so that during the non-swimming season, the pool is still a major feature of the backyard.
One last thing to remember, if you have a swimming pool or spa, it must have a childproof fence around it by law. So if buying a pool is a must for your Aussie dream home, we've found it won't necessarily break the bank. Last year, it was time for Jamie to see if his dreams of finding a good job in Australia could actually become a reality.
Come prepared, we've got your overalls ready for a hard day's work.
Yeah, all ready.
Fantastic. All right, let's get started.
Back in the UK, Jamie worked in a team of 8, earning up to £25,000 a year.
In the UK, on an average day, I'd mainly fit gearboxes or rebuild engines, depending on what is needed doing on a day.
He would have to take a pay cut if he moved to Australia, so it was important he found a job with a good work-life balance.
You don't get a break, really, in what I do. Where I work, it's flat out all day long. And I don't want to be doing that for the rest of my life.
I'm not that sort of boss. I'm pretty laid back as far as work goes, and the work's still got to get out, and I'm still here to make money, but I'm not here to be a pain in the backside. Yeah.
Just remember, there's a breather pipe on top of the diff. It just pushes on, and the ABS wires. It's similar to what I've been used to doing all my life anyway, so it's easy, it's the same.
So what did Heath make of Jamie?
I'm very impressed by Jamie, actually. It's not what I was expecting. I've just seen him work hands-on this afternoon for a couple of hours. He knows what he's talking about. He threw in ideas about how to do stuff and that, which is what I'm looking for, somebody that can take control and is not afraid to say how to do things. Yeah, and I'll have you working here in a flash if you were to come over here.
Would you?
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
Excellent.
Jamie made a good impression. He was so worried about whether he'd find a job, but he proved that his trade is in demand and that he could cut it in Oz.
It's been a real relaxed day working here today, and I've enjoyed myself. It's a lot nicer than I thought it'd be working in Australia, and I can't wait to come and live here and work here. So for me, the place I'm going to work and I like working is Australia.
This year, the family moved to Victor Harbour after Jamie was offered a job by Heath. He's working as a general mechanic and it seems to be so far so good.
Last year I must have done something to impress Heath because he offered me a job and here I am. It's a lot different to what I'm used to doing, but it's just as good. I've done all this before. It's nice and easy. It's a lot more relaxed than what I'm used to.
It's been a big change from how he worked back in the UK.
My salary here is different, less than what I used to get in the UK, but then living here is a lot cheaper anyway, so it all works out right. You never know what happens in the future, but at the moment everything's all right. It's nice, it's stress-free when you work for someone else.
But moving to Australia has meant a big sacrifice for car-mad Jamie.
I had to sell my yellow car back home to pay for the plane tickets to come here. And we've spent all that money now, so now I ain't got a car.
Whilst Jamie gets used to the more relaxed pace of work at the garage and Maya and Poppy are at their new school, Deborah is at home with her 2 boys.
At this stage with emigrating, I feel as though it's the right thing. We've done the right thing. I've got no regrets so far. I can see ourselves settling down in this area. I don't know so much about Victor Harbour, but maybe the surrounding areas.
Being on her own in the day has given Deborah time to reflect on life back home.
My dad was the closest person to me that I've lost, and it made me a more determined person. You have to live for the day. You don't wait for things to happen. You've got to go out and grab them.
Last year, Deborah faced the tough decision of leaving her family behind for a chance at her Australian dream.
I think my dad would be so proud and he would so understand why we've come here. You know, my dad would love the children. He never met them. He would love them and he'd just want my kids to be happy.
It's still early days. Are all the aspects of their new life in South Australia positive? Are the Bristows here for good? Last year, the Bristows wanted to put the Australian lifestyle to the test. After an exhausting day shopping, Jamie and Deborah were keen to see if they liked what Australia had to offer.
We got barramundi, we got salt and pepper squid, and snapper is a deep sea fish. That's really nice.
I think I'll have the barramundi and chips.
No? You want fish and chips? And I would like pepper squid. We have sausage and batter, but we don't have them on the sticks like that. We'll let you know how they compare.
Yeah, I think.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that would have cost twice as much back at home.
Would it?
Yeah,
Really?
definitely.
Fish and chips might be cheaper in Australia, but it's how they taste that really matters.
Jamie, look at the squid. Shall I try it? It's really yummy.
I went for the barra and chips. Get plenty of it. 2 great big pieces. I don't think much of the seasoning. Salt and vinegar's better.
And the children weren't that keen on Australian food either.
That's a really strange sausage, isn't it?
Try a bit.
Apparently that's what they have when they go to the car shows and things, Jamie. Everyone walks around with a sausage on a stick instead of a hot dog. What's it taste like? Truthfully.
Battered saveloy, it's all right.
Oh, is it battered saveloy?
So where did the Bristows think was best for food?
So, Jamie, it's time to decide. Is it going to be English fish and chips? Or is it going to be Australian fish and chips?
English.
We'll see. I think we're going to decide for English fish and chips!
This year, the Bristows live minutes from the beach and the kids love the freedom of running around on the sand. While Jamie's surfing, Deborah's kitting out the kids Aussie style.
Yeah, every time we come to the beach, we have to have loads and loads of sun cream.
When we go anywhere.
That's right.
Making the most of time together was the main reason they wanted to move.
Apart from when Jamie's at work, as soon as Jamie comes home, we're just always together. We're just planning the next family outing. In fact, you don't even have to plan anything. You just put your swim stuff in a bag and you've gone. It's just nice knowing that we're all doing the same thing together since we've been here. Now, I know Jamie's happy out there. I know my kids are happy building sandcastles. I'm pottering about keeping the baby happy.
It's obvious Jamie's relishing the chance to catch some waves and chill out.
I can't believe he's doing so well. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Local surfer Dylan thinks Jamie's doing all right for an old bloke.
I think Jamie's a natural. I couldn't really think of Jamie doing anything else. He's just excellent.
And their new friend Lee, who they met on the beach a few days before, comes from the same county. Small world.
Every time you meet a new friend, it's as if you know them so well, so quickly, because you're out all day, like they're out surfing all day, so you really build connections really quickly, which is nice.
Jamie's been taking lessons from Aussie pros and has had a close brush with nature.
One of my new mates, Mitch, has been teaching me how to surf. He's out there at the back there now. It's pretty good. He's been surfing for a long time. It's only took him a few days to teach him how to do it, so all credit to him. I've just been swimming with seals and that, and the other day there were great big whales just behind the waves, so it's quite nice here.
Their new beach-based lifestyle is exactly what they dreamed of. But when the sun begins to set, will their thoughts turn to who they left behind? Last year, the Bristows loved what Australia had to offer. They all wanted more time together with less worries about money. But the pull of friends and family back home was always the make or break decision for Deborah.
You know, I'm going to be so far away from all of that and all the connections and the people that knew my dad. There's just going to be no connection here at all apart from my children.
This year, a month since moving out, and it's living up to expectations, and they're having a great time in the Aussie outdoors.
If you'd have told me 6 months ago that I'd be standing on this beach watching Jamie surf, I'd never have believed you.
And the properties on offer near the beach are well within their reach.
Is that comparable with the UK?
Not
You'd probably get half of this room.
You'd get a starter home.
But they're still in holiday mode. Are they really going to be happy there?
I just think we are just so lucky to have this opportunity. You know, I know some families do it and hate it, but we're doing it and we love it so far. So, you know, how can you regret that?
The decision to emigrate last year was heart-wrenching, but now they've made the move, will it be harder still to stay?
I knew I'd miss them, but I didn't realise how much.
The moment when the Bristows had to make their biggest ever decision was drawing ever closer. They had an awful lot to think about. On their last day in Oz last year, a trip to the beach gave Deborah a chance to reveal what was on her mind.
This is such a shock to me. I didn't expect to like Australia as much as I am liking it. And I keep thinking, you know, if we buy houses, will we like the house? Will we like the area? Will the children settle into their schools? There's just so much to consider. And Jamie with his job, it's just, to be honest, my head is just exploding with things that we've got to think about. I keep thinking, when I've had my other children and they've been babies, I can phone up my mum to say they're walking, they're talking, they're doing this. And I think that's when I get really homesick, is when I'm thinking, you know, my new baby's walking and I just want my mum to see. That's the worst bit, is leaving my mum.
But memories of her father also played a large part.
My dad died a few years back, and when I'm feeling really sad and lonely, I go to where my dad was buried, just think about all the fun times, and, you know, walk down there with my children with the flowers and that. But, you know, I'm going to be so far away from all of that and all the connections and the people that knew my dad. There's just going to be no connection here at all apart from my children. I really don't know if my heart can take me away from all my family and friends. You know, maybe this is just a place that I can just dream of and just have the memories of being here.
We showed the Bristows a collection of messages from friends and family back home. First up are Jamie's parents, Angela and Lynn.
Hi, Jamie and Deborah.
Hi, Jamie and Deborah and all the kiddies.
Hi, Debs. Well, I'm here doing a message for you, and I said I wasn't going to do it. I've had to have a bottle of wine doing it.
I think it's not being able to see the kids growing up, sort of seeing them so often, that'll be the difficult bit for us to cope with.
It's just knowing that they're not round the corner. So in that respect, it's really hard, but I know she'll always be our friend and we'll always be there for each other, be it on the internet, on the phone.
It is only a flight away, and there's nothing stopping any of us going, really.
No.
We both love you very much.
Yeah.
We shall miss you terribly.
Absolutely.
I sort of don't like it, but on the other hand, they've got to do something for their own futures. I mean, even if they try it and come home, I don't know. I just think it's the best thing for them to do, really. I really do.
I think it's going to be very, very difficult to cope with. It's difficult enough now thinking about it. So when the reality hits, I think it's going to be really awful.
Yeah. Be a bit of a wrench, I think. A real wrench.
I just love you all. That's all I can say. I don't know.
What did you think of your mum and dad?
That's nice, isn't it?
It's so lovely.
Everyone's nice. They all understand what we're doing, and they can see that it's going to be a good future for us.
It's kind of made it feel more real about leaving, you know, seeing what our friends actually think.
Yeah.
And how positive they are.
I've got to think of my family here rather than other people. And think of their future.
Watching the messages again this year has stirred up new feelings.
When we saw the messages last time, we knew we were going to see those people again quite soon, so it weren't really any bother. But now seeing them, it could be a long time before we see quite a lot of those people again. So that's quite different.
To be honest, I don't really think it's sunk in to what we have, to what we've done, because we've only been here a few weeks, so we're probably still in holiday mode anyway.
Since we've got here, we haven't had a day to ourselves. Not really, haven't.
Not
a couple
really.
of hours to ourselves, nothing really.
Everyone's just so friendly. They don't want us to be lonely. I think they saw me crying last time on the telly, and they just think I need friends.
We were feeling old when we were living in Britain because we got the children and that. We thought our time was past, But now we're here, we're doing young things again.
But saying goodbye was the worst thing they've done.
Yeah, the build-up to leaving was just awful, wasn't it?
Just a whole week of getting things sorted before we left.
It's just that everybody wanted to see us, to say goodbye, and we wanted to see everybody, but I don't think I've ever cried so much in my life. If you ask me if I'm missing my mum, I'll cry. I haven't even had the chance to miss anybody yet, and I don't want to.
Yeah, we've been too busy with barbecues.
Yeah, that's the key. We've been just so busy with everything. We haven't had a chance to miss anybody, and that's why we want to keep on busy, so we don't have the chance. And then by the time we do start to miss people, we'd have built a network of friends and everything by then. So there'll be some people to help us get through the rough bits.
They haven't been in the country long, but it looks like homesickness is taking hold.
And it's when we get the calm of, the kids are at school all day, Shane's at kindergarten all day, and what do I do? That's when I'll start getting homesick, but then I've just got to get myself lots of hobbies and things. I hope we don't have any regrets. That time will come, hopefully not.
Family are the key to the Bristows' happiness. Will the sun, sea and surfing be enough to distract them from missing people back home? Nothing involved with the huge decision to emigrate is easy. It's all change for the Bristow family. Weeks later, Jamie now no longer works for Heath, and they've left their beachside house in Victor Harbour to stay with Deborah's sister in Perth while they decide what to do next.
In the UK, we came from a tiny village, a tiny school and a small community, and it was lovely. We went to Victor Harbour, which was a small community. The kids were in school and they loved it. Shane was in kindy, Jamie was working, and we had a gorgeous house on the beach. And that was just the loveliest community, but there was nothing there for me and Jamie.
Jamie's been doing some soul searching too.
It's a failure in the fact that we're not staying here and we haven't been here for very long, but I know now that this ain't where I'm going to live. It just doesn't feel right for me. So the way I'm looking at it is, what's the point of wasting any more of the money that I can use to go home and start my life again there?
And I'm so used to having my little bubble of friends and everything. I wouldn't say I'm fully homesick, but I have to make a decision quick because I can't keep travelling around.
I think when we go back, if we go back, we'll do more together as a family. We used to spend quite a lot of time just sitting in, watching telly, moaning about the weather and this, that and the other. But now I think we'll go on camping holidays, go all around England, looking at places that we've never been before, because there's quite a lot of stuff there.
You know what I'm looking for is probably right on my doorstep back in the UK. And we had to do this to realise what we did have. Maybe, I don't know.
So we come over here and tried. It's cost me a fair bit of money, but never mind, money ain't everything. But at least we know we've been here, and we know that it isn't the right place, really. It's a real nice dream to be living over here, but it's not the dream that I thought I was going to be living at the moment.
I always thought I did really well at home with the kids, but I didn't realise that my network of friends were just so important. I knew I'd miss them, but I didn't realise how much they did help me.
It's a desperately hard decision for them all. Should they stay in Australia or go home to the UK? Last year, Jamie and Deborah Bristow and their 3 children, Maya, Poppy and Shane, had to decide where their hearts truly lay and where they would like to spend the rest of their lives.
Australia!
It was always going to be Australia for the Bristows. A year on, and baby Sonny joined the gang a few months before they flew off to start a new life down under. Months after emigrating, and despite loving the Australian lifestyle, they've come to a brave decision.
I like the weather here, it's brilliant, the beaches are brilliant. The people are really friendly and they help you as much as they can. But England's where all my friends and family are. I think there's more of a future for me and my family there at the moment than there is here. Because if we stay here, I can see another 15 years of struggling to get where I am in England anyway. I'd rather not waste any more of my life struggling to get to something that I've already achieved somewhere else.
I'm still undecided because I love the climate in Australia, I love the lifestyle for everybody, but when it comes down to it, it's a really hard place to get started unless you've really got the strength to do it. And at this stage of my life, I haven't got the strength to do it. So for all those reasons, I'm going to let Jamie decide.
Well, you're undecided, but I'm not. I'm coming home to England.
Well, I'm not staying on my own, so England it is.
So it looks like it's back to the UK for the Bristow bunch. They've made the heartbreaking decision to leave as a family, and as long as they're together, they'll be happy. The Australian dream doesn't work out for everyone, but until you try it, you won't know if it's right for you. And nobody knows this better than Deborah and Jamie.
It took, for me personally, to come to the other side of the world to realise what I had back on the other side of the world and to appreciate it more. And if I go back, it'll be different for me. But it took bringing us all the way over here, shipping all of our rubbish over here as well, as much as it's cost, to realise that. But if that's what it took.
It's just tougher than we thought it could ever be. You know, we had a nice little life back in the UK, and when we think about that, we just wonder why we left it.
You don't realise how important family are until you're away from them, and I found that out.
Getting anger under control tonight on BBC Two. Griff Rhys-Jones on how we can stop losing it at 9. And next, it's all about keeping your cool facing the eggheads.